Hello YouTubers. Today I wanted to look at a B&K 2040 single generator. This is made for aligning CB radios, and it has a little issue that I need to look at and see if we can repair it. Plus, since there's not a lot of information on servicing these things on the net, there are schematics. However, Brian's info page has the diagrams for this. So you can go there, just look up Brian's info page, and you can download the schematics. So the issue is, you turn the unit on, and let me zoom in on this here so you can see it. As soon as you turn the unit on, the modulation meter pegs downward to the left side. But all the other functions are working. I got RF out, so that's good. And I just realized a moment ago that when you go from modulation percentage to AF, the needle goes to 0. So we'll pull the AF gain, and it's fully adjustable, just like it should be. So that tells me, I'm rotating to modulation amplitude and it's not changing. So that tells me there has to be a problem in just one part of the circuit, because all this stuff is shared within one another, and the only thing that's the difference is the switch that switches it from one mode to the next. We're looking here at the schematic. You can see the modulation meter here. It travels up, goes through the switch between modulation and AF. This is R50, your calibration. A couple of diodes. And we have IC3, which is a quad op amp. And you see we got feedback from the negative. This coupled with R49. So pin 5 should be your input, that's your positive. Pin 7 should be your output. So let's take a look at that on the scope and see what we got. Okay, rotate it around. There's IC3 buried there. It's pin 1 on the bottom right hand side. So pin 7, 6 and 5. So we'll ground, and let's pick off a point on pin 5, excuse me. We can come up, and there we go, right here. Okay, that's pin 3 of IC3, the input, and I'm looking at a normal waveform on the input, so that looks good. Now let's go back and let's move it to pin 7, which is the output. And that doesn't look good. Okay. So as you can see, there's no amplification. It's just putting out a slow rise, fast drop off. So I'm expecting IC3 is the problem, and it's buried down in there, as you can see. And the good thing about it is somebody's already put this in a socket, so that'll make the repair a lot easier. And we'll go here and see what IC3 is. It's a CA324G, it's a quad op amp. And pin 5 is your input, pin 6 is your negative, pin 7 your output. Alright, we'll replace that and see what we get. Okay, got the IC changed. Now, after you desort it, it's a little easier to get to it. Go ahead and pull the side panel off. Take the 3 knobs off and take the nuts out and pop the 2 buttons off the front. Remove the 1 screw that's here, and you can pretty much lay the board back enough to get the IC in and out, and it makes it a lot easier with a socket. But let's turn it on and see what we get. Okay, power's on, and the meter's on 0, and we can crank it right on up. So it's back adjustable. And if we look at the scope, I'm still probing pin 7. Turn this intensity up just a little bit. Hope y'all can see that on the camera. And yes, we got amplification. So, not showing how old this chip is. It's RCA, and it has 614. Not sure if that's the date code. That would be 4th week of 61. Not sure, but it's probably been around a while. Anyway, that took care of that problem. So she's working like she's supposed to, and you don't have to do any type of a calibration and adjustment. Just changing the op amp out, it should still function like it should. Problem is finding these chips for this piece of equipment. There's several ICs, a lot of 7400 series inside the main box here. I was able to get online to Consolidated Electronics and found most of the parts that I needed to fix these with. So if you get where you can't find them and you're working on one, you can check out Consolidated Electronics. They seem to carry a lot of older stuff that no one else has. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. And like I said, I know there's a lot of folks that's got these, and I get emails all the time on them on different problems. So anyway, just wanted to share. Thanks now.